Oh man. Feels good to stretch my motherfucking neck, dude. Anyway, conservatives, white people, they're in disarray. They're torn up. They don't know what to do. They're upset. They're mad. And let me tell you something. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But all over one white boy dying, by the way. All over one white boy dying. But yeah. Let me give you a reminder of who Charlie Kirk was. And I want you to keep in mind, this is the man that he was.
I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's. I see a black pilot. I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. The Civil Rights Act was a mistake. More cops should be around your neighborhood. Why do blacks have a broken family? White.
Now, mind you, he says more cops should be around your neighborhood. Meanwhile, white neighborhoods are not policed as much, and that is part of the reason why a lot of white people aren't caught for a lot of crimes. They still lead in a lot of crimes, I'm not gonna lie, like sexual assault, rape, child molestation. They still lead in crimes, and they're not even as policed. Just imagine that. Imagine being so sloppy and so entitled that you really don't even expect yourself to get caught. That's the average white criminal.
Person were to come up and say, you know, black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time, and it needs to actually have
Why would you?
Because it's true. When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous, there was less break-ins. Black America is
You don't
worse
think
than it has been
that affected
80 years. What percentage of young blacks have both a mom and a dad raising them? Of course we pander to blacks. They're in every TV commercial. And they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her
Black stayed on his mind 24/7, as you can see.
excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Things got worse since the Civil Rights Act. More violent.
Things got worse since the Civil Rights Act. More violent. More violent. More violent. Like, really? Let me tell you something. Do you know how violent it was back in the day? You people that are just delusional and have no actual sense of grasp of reality, y'all sit around and be like, oh man, today, in today's age, people are just so wild. They just don't, bro. Do you know how much shit happened back in the day? Like before shit was recorded, before shit was actually reported. For real, for real. It was utter chaos, wild, wild west. Are you serious? Yet this guy wants to say that black people are more violent after the civil rights movement. Bullshit. You guys were sitting there lynching, burning crosses in the fucking front yard, kidnapping, and you still lynch people to this day. But we're supposed to sit here, oh, since the media posts niggas doing crime all the time, since social media puts a spotlight on all these dumb niggas doing crime and all that, that means more black people are doing crime. No, look at the statistics. Look at the fucking statistics. White people are far from saints in this country. And every time you bring that up, it's, oh, per capita. Nah, you can't per capita your way at percentages, I'm sorry.
Less fathers around, poorer.
Why are we making racist jokes?
Look at it's a comedian that was put up on stage.
Yeah,
what do you
but
expect? But I mean, man, can you take a joke?
You should be kissing the ground with gratitude because you're right. You are not in Africa, and you should be thankful you're not in Africa. Certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. It's now become a racial complaining day. BLM, and remember what BLM stands for: burn, loot, and murder.
Buddy, every day is white people day in America. You have $1 million worth of whiteness. Your skin is valuable. Your skin opens doors for you every day. You have privileges that black people do not have, black Americans do not have. People of other ethnicities are more likely to look at you like you're some sort of god. Indians don't know any better. Hispanics don't know any better. Everybody don't know any better. They all look at you motherfuckers like you're on some sort of pedestal. simply because you have white skin. Before you even open your mouth. This is provable. I'm not even lying. I'm not even being exaggerative. This is literally provable. Yet white people see a cartoon or some bullshit ass Jewish made bullshit, and Jewish is still white, by the way, still white skin, still passes as white. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, they see some bullshit ass cartoon where like there's a black gay trans just a ridiculous character on there, and yeah, I don't agree that shit is cool, but at the same time, white people see some shit like that and they're like, oh, white people under attack, oh my gosh, what? Fuck out of here. So yeah, that's who Charlie Kirk was. I can't even stand to listen to that dumbass shit anymore. It's just cornball shit. Alright, now, the reason I'm making this video. You white supremacists are so mad, right? You guys were literally all about, oh, free speech, oh, free speech, oh, free speech. You shouldn't silence me, oh my gosh. You'll see what I mean in a second. This is Nick Fuentes on free speech. Okay, so I tried to play it on the download that I did, but apparently it just wants to act retarded. So we're gonna just play this shit from Twitter. It's gonna be a little laggy, but it gets the point across. This was Nick Fuentes 2024 December.
If I am not allowed to express myself politically without a lynch mob showing up to my front door to kill me, then we don't have civil rights, then we don't have free speech. We don't have the right to express ourselves about politics, because that's all I did. That's all I do. I do a talk show. I've done a talk show for 8 years. And for whatever people could say about me and whatever people don't like about me, that's what I do. I exercise my right to speak. This is a talk show. I speak on the show and the subject matter is politics. And if someone like myself can't talk about politics without being debanked, without being doxxed, and the dox hosted on Twitter and receiving millions of views, and the media lying about me and vilifying me, and ultimately culminating in this final act, which is someone showing up to kill me and them sweeping it under the rug because they prefer that they succeed in doing this. If I can't talk without all of that happening, then nobody has free speech.
Black people have gone through everything this guy just said throughout the entirety of this country. That's why so many Negroes are scared and tiptoe around subject matter. You talk about the wrong thing, you'll show up fucking dead somewhere. So yeah, nah, we not falling for that bullshit. Yeah, but that was Nick Fuentes. Yeah, that date, September 2024. This was Nick Fuentes the other day after Charlie Kirk passed away. This is him now.
Speech for the people that are selling t-shirts, mocking his execution, for the people that are saying he deserved it for some such other reason. These people must be ostracized from our society. We must identify them. We must have them fired from their jobs. They must be censored on social media. There must be a cost.
So conservatives are so fucking hilarious. Like, when it comes to white people in politics in general, they cannot like ever hide their superiority complex. They always have to be superior in some way. They have to control the way you think, control the way you speak, control the way you act, control the way you feel, control everything. They want to act like such victims and act like they're on the right side of things, but in the same time, they're superior. That's one of the main and most powerful tools of white supremacy: confusion. They are hot, but they are cold. They are light, but they are darkness. But when they do get dark, oh, it's all in the name of righteousness. Everything that white people do is always in the name of righteousness, no matter what. That's what they will have you believe. That's what they will have you try to have you believe it. I don't believe that shit. But there's a lot of Negroes that'll listen to the shit that Nick Fuentes says, Charlie Kirk says, And these Negroes will sit there and think, oh, there's no white supremacy. That guy is just a little stupid. He's just a little ignorant. They know full well what they're talking about. They know fully well they don't know what they're talking about, but they know fully well what they're talking about is cap. They bring up things, they don't ever bring up the sexual assault rate among white men, among white people in general. They don't bring up incest. They don't bring up school shootings. They don't bring up the mentality that has to be behind certain things that the white community does. They don't bring up Dylan Ruth. Not in a bad light anyway. Dude walked in, shot a black church up, walked right out. And then the cops pick him up and give him Burger King. And they try to hide it in that as if it's, oh, we were getting a confession. You weren't getting a confession. You were treating him with kid gloves. You guys always treat everybody with kid gloves. Every white person, my bad. I misspoke. You always treat every white person with kid gloves, no matter what. And they were furious when they found out that the shooter was a white dude. Everybody knew that the shooter was a white dude. You go back on my channel, go look at the shorts. I called it when it happened. The same day it happened, I said, this is white on white crime. There is no way a black person would have done that shit. No way black American, African Caribbean, Chinese person, Hispanic, Muslim. They would have never done that shit. This is all white people. Y'all want to sit there and be like, oh, it's Israel, white people. That's a fucking deflection. This is on you guys. Maybe do some introspection within your community instead of looking at black people all the fucking time with a magnifying glass, and you'll get somewhere better. You won't run into the same problems, because this is history repeating itself all the time. White supremacy always eats itself. You guys don't know what the fuck to do. And when you don't know what to do, it's always look at black Americans. Every single time. Y'all motherfuckers want to act like, and that shit where you guys be like, oh, the trans too, oh, the homosexuals too, oh, people of color. Fuck all that shit. We are the most vilified people in this country. Even though we have a big voice, we've brought ourselves up. That was all us. And we had to sit there here and persevere, sit through shit, get treated like shit, get no actual fucking reward for all our suffering in this country, and still have not to this day. We had to sit through that, persevere, and yes, we're still standing. That's why white people look and pay attention to us so much, because they're like, wow, you guys have gone through absolute hell. We've put you guys through absolute hell, and you guys are still standing and are still kicking to this day. Yes, we are. That surprises them. It actually kind of scares them as well. It actually kind of pisses them off too, in a way. So that's why they always pay attention to us. What you should be doing is looking in the fucking mirror. But anyway, this is a reminder right here. Oh, you know what? Let's go down. Let's go down to the comments. There's a bunch of white supremacists in there. It's funny. Yeah, we're talking about good versus evil. Good versus evil, you dumb nigga. I'll beat you. This is funny as hell. Good versus evil. So when they're talking and saying whatever bullshit talking points they're doing, that's good. But when they get consequences for that, oh, it's bad. Oh, it's evil. Oh, man. People that have nothing to do with it, getting sturdy and talking dirty about Charlie Kirk's death. Oh, they deserve to have their jobs taken away. Oh, that's cancel culture right there. This is cancel culture. What are you talking about, man? That's not a part of what you believe in. That's not very conservative of you. I thought the Republicans were different. Oh, I guess not. It is literally the same take twice. You are dumb. That's not even worth a response. False comparison. People celebrating death versus exercising free speech to express their political takes are completely different. No, they're not different, Manny. They're not different. And you will never be white, by the way. Just so you know. Hold on. What was this motherfucker's description? The Greeks had Socrates and y'all have me. Okay. Nick Fuentes calling for Lena tier level censorship because one dude got shot. The hypocrisy is mind-boggling. Absolutely. He can constantly do 180s on every issue because his followers have zero principles and low standards. Bingo. These people have fans that are so low IQ. Such muppets. Such moronic idiots. Below average intelligence motherfuckers. Just low level thinking, low vibration people that, you know, Nick Fuentes, Just Pearly Things, Fresh and Fit. Who else? Abba and Preach, the Hodge twins. They have such low level thinkers. They don't think for themselves at all. And as soon as Nick Fuentes, I trust any of those people actually do some introspection, they're like, okay, hold on. Maybe the problem isn't black people. Oh, as soon as they do that, oh, everybody's gonna turn on them. Oh, everybody's gonna turn on them. You've gone woke. You've gone, yeah, they've got to you. The Jews, oh, you're funded by the Jews, aren't you? Yep. Idiot. December 2024. It is unacceptable that I was almost killed for expressing my political opinions. I don't know much about that situation, but something tells me I got a sneaking suspicion that that's bullshit. But anyway, September. Did I say September 1st? No. The first one was December 2024. This next one is September 2025. It is unacceptable that Charlie was killed for expressing his political opinions. Was this supposed to highlight his consistency? No, faggot. We literally just saw a clip of him talking about, okay, we should have people fired. We should have people fucking social media's taken away, basically be censored. Let's take away freedom of expression, freedom of speech, because I'm in my feelings. And this guy just watched the same video me and you just did, and this is what he got out of it. This is what he got out of it. This is why that's why I just said low IQ but low average intelligence. These people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They hear one thing and people always hear, regardless, people will always hear what they want to hear. But when you actually are able to look at stuff objectively, that's when you're actually high critical thinker. Oh man, an anime profile picture. It was all fun and games when it was George Floyd. You know, it's funny, these anime profile pictures is always either a really left-wing person or a really Republican person. But anyway, hypocrites, Kikuya's top gal. Ain't this guy a faggot? I hope they all lose their jobs for marking the death of a good man. See what I mean? That anime profile picture. This is a fully grown man with motherfucking hair on his nuts and shit with a little small child in anime form trying to tell you anything. Fuck out of here. The shirts are disgusting. I hate them, but it is free speech. Yep. Anyway, I might cop myself a Charlie Kirk shirt myself. I'm not gonna lie. Might design them. Might sell them. But yeah, this is a reminder, by the way. Before we close out, this is the type of person Nick Fuentes is. So I don't really, like I said in my other video, when you talk enough shit, all right, we have freedom of speech in this country, yes, but that doesn't mean that you should be protected 24/7. Nobody's going to protect you. You have to protect yourself. That's the thing about freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but that does not guarantee your safety. You can walk into a crowd of fucking Hispanics, right? And you can go call them all sorts of wetbacks, chinks, illegal fleeing immigrants. And I don't care how right you feel that like you are. I don't care how justified you feel like you are. You aren't justified at all for doing that randomly, unwarranted. I don't care how you feel. What you're going to feel more than likely is a lot of pain. Because just because the Constitution, or not the Constitution, your First Amendment right is that does not mean those group of Hispanics aren't going to beat the fuck out of you. White people truly miss the days where they can just call a black person the N-word and that black person was so mentally defeated, that black person was so weak, right? Not to call, the past generations weak, right? But our past generations, the civil rights generation, the boomer generation of black Americans, they were just trying to survive, all right? They weren't trying to have a fucking lynch mob at their door one night. They weren't trying to have that. They were just trying to survive, take care of their family, make ends meet. All right, that's all they were trying to do. Nowadays, you try that shit now, walk into a group of black men, not black women like you white supremacists love to do. Y'all love soft targets. Walk into a group of black men and act like a monkey, call them the N-word, do the Nick Fuentes bit. Freedom of speech, right? You shouldn't expect nothing but the best ass whooping of your life. And you can't really complain about that. You guys want to sit here, whine, complain, oh, they shouldn't be allowed to do that, but they can, and they will. But they're so used to doing people injustice that, you know, respect is a foreign concept to them. But anyway, let me close it out with this. This is the person that Nick Fuentes is, if you've never heard of Nick Fuentes before in your entire life.
No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated. No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated.
It wasn't a black person that neck tapped Charlie.
It isn't at all. Jews are running society. Women need to shut the fuck up. Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. And we would live in paradise. No, it's not women.
We would live in paradise. Isn't that the most incel take you've ever heard in your entire life? Like, the comment section for this video was on Instagram, and it was just filled with incels talking about, well, he's right though. Well, he's right though. And then you had occasional white women over there agreeing. Didn't you just hear what he said? Shut the fuck up, get back in the kitchen and make a sandwich. If you agree with this, like, these white supremacist women are full of shit. Y'all don't agree with this shit. If y'all were actual white supremacist women, you would not believe in feminism. You would not buy into feminism. Those two things, those don't coexist. You're moronic for not even seeing that. If we lived in a white supremacist society that was like full on, like nobody fought back whatsoever, black people weren't there to put the boot on fucking white people's asses and we just let them do whatever they wanted. If we just did that shit, do you know how fucked up our society would be? And do you know how many rights you wouldn't have? Just the white women alone. But fuck the white women, because they be going super hard in the comments. That's why they be going super hard in the comments, in the DMs. These white women be trying to stamp this shit like what they say is law. Man, nobody gives a fuck what you gotta say. And no one gives a fuck what Nick Fuentes flamboyant ass gotta say neither. I ain't gonna lie to you. Blacks deserve to be in prison for the most part. Look at the population of people in prison. It's mostly white people. It's mostly white men in prison. So cut that shit out. They're gonna bring out, oh, per capita. No, it's mostly white men in prison. Isn't that a hard pill to swallow? Isn't that hard to accept that there's more white men in prison? Isn't that hard for you? Because if white people were so perfect and so great, why would there be any white people in jail? Oh, it's because of a broken society. Oh, corrupt system. Oh, that's the only reason you don't get any pussy, right? Because of a corrupt system. That's the only reason you ended up in jail, right? Because of a corrupt system that the Jews run. Oh, okay. Nobody with a brain is buying that shit, dude. But anyway, yeah, remember to stretch your neck tonight before bed in honor of Charlie.